The world of snakes is a truly remarkable one, filled with an astonishing diversity of life. These legless reptiles have conquered a vast array of habitats, from the driest deserts to the lushest rainforests and even the boundless oceans. Their methods of survival are as varied as their appearances, showcasing nature's incredible ingenuity. But perhaps one of the most fascinating aspects of their existence lies in how they bring forth new life. Reproduction in snakes is not a simple, uniform affair. Instead, it is a tapestry woven with different strategies, each perfectly suited to the challenges of their particular world, ensuring the continuation of their ancient lineage. We often think of snakes as solitary creatures, silent hunters gliding through the undergrowth, yet when the time comes to reproduce, their behaviors can be complex and surprisingly varied. Some species engage in elaborate courtship rituals, males vying for the attention of a female. Others rely on subtle chemical signals, pheromones carried on the air, to find a mate across considerable distances. The journey from a single fertilized cell to a fully formed snakelet is a testament to the power of evolution, a story of adaptation that unfolds in myriad ways. Understanding these reproductive secrets offers a deeper appreciation for these often misunderstood animals. Consider the sheer range of sizes, from the diminutive thread snake, barely larger than an earthworm, to the colossal anaconda, a true giant of the waterways. Each of these creatures, despite their differences, faces the fundamental challenge of passing on its genes to the next generation. The solutions they have evolved are truly captivating. Some lay eggs carefully concealed from predators and the elements, while others give birth to live young miniature replicas of themselves ready to face the world. This choice is not arbitrary. It is a finely tuned response to the pressures of their environment, a key to their success. This exploration will take us into the hidden lives of snakes, unveiling the secrets of their reproductive journeys. We will look at the two primary methods they employ: laying eggs and giving birth to live young. We will discover which species favor which approach and why this might be. We will also delve into the sometimes surprising instances of parental care, challenging the notion that snakes are indifferent parents. Prepare to be amazed by the resourcefulness and resilience of these incredible reptiles as we uncover the fascinating ways they ensure their survival. When it comes to bringing new life into the world, snakes have broadly followed two distinct evolutionary paths. The first, and perhaps most familiar, is known as oviparity. This is the method where females lay eggs. These eggs contain all the nutrients the developing embryo needs to grow, protected by a shell that can be leathery or somewhat hard, depending on the species. The eggs are then typically left in a safe place to incubate, relying on the warmth of the environment to complete their development. This ancient method is common across many reptile groups, a tried and tested formula for procreation. The second major strategy is viviparity, which simply means giving birth to live young. In these species, the eggs are not laid. Instead, they develop inside the mother's body. The young snakes are nourished internally, sometimes through a placenta-like structure similar to that found in mammals, or by absorbing nutrients from a yolk sac while still within the mother. When they are fully developed, the mother gives birth to small, active snakes. This approach offers a different set of advantages and disadvantages compared to egg laying, particularly concerning the protection and immediate survival prospects of the offspring in challenging environments. These two fundamental methods, laying eggs or birthing live young, are not randomly distributed among snake species. The choice of strategy is often linked to the climate and habitat in which a snake lives. For instance, in colder regions, retaining the eggs within the mother's body allows her to bask in the sun, providing the necessary warmth for development that the external environment might not consistently offer. This is a remarkable adaptation, allowing snakes to thrive even where conditions might seem too harsh for egg incubation on the ground. The diversity we see is a direct result of these adaptive pressures. It is important to understand that these are not just casual choices, but deeply ingrained biological processes. The internal anatomy and physiology of oviparous snakes are quite different from those of viviparous ones. Each system is a complex marvel of engineering, honed over millions of years of evolution. Whether an egg carefully hidden beneath leaf litter or a tiny snakelet emerging directly from its mother, the goal is the same: to ensure the continuation of the species. The path taken reflects the unique story of that snake's ancestral journey and its relationship with its environment. The majority of snake species on our planet are oviparous, meaning they reproduce by laying eggs. This method has served them well for countless generations. After mating, the female snake will seek out a suitable location to deposit her clutch. This location is chosen with great care. It needs to be sheltered from predators, protected from harsh weather conditions like flooding or extreme temperatures, and ideally it should offer a relatively stable temperature and humidity to aid incubation. Common nesting sites include rotting logs, underground burrows, beneath rocks, or within piles of decomposing vegetation which can generate its own warmth. The eggs themselves are fascinating structures. Unlike the hard, brittle shells of bird eggs, most snake eggs have a leathery, flexible shell. This shell is permeable, allowing for the exchange of moisture and gases with the surrounding environment, which is crucial for the developing embryo. The number of eggs laid in a clutch can vary dramatically between species. Some, like the small ring-necked snake, might only lay a few eggs, perhaps 3 or 4. In contrast, a large Indian python can lay a remarkable clutch of up to 100 eggs, a truly significant investment of energy. Once the eggs are laid, the fate of the developing embryos often rests with the environment. The incubation period can range from a few weeks to several months, heavily dependent on ambient temperature. Warmer conditions generally lead to faster development. During this vulnerable time, the eggs face numerous threats. Predators such as raccoons, skunks, other snakes, and even certain insects may seek them out as a nutritious meal. Fungal infections can also take hold if conditions are too damp, or eggs can desiccate if it's too dry. Survival is a delicate balance for these nascent lives. When the time is right, the young snakelets, fully formed miniatures of their parents, must break free from their shells. They possess a special egg tooth, a tiny, sharp projection on their snout, specifically for this purpose. With effort, they slit the leathery shell and emerge into the world, ready to embark on their independent lives. For most oviparous species, this is the moment parental involvement, if any, ceases. The young snakes are equipped with all the instincts they need to hunt and survive on their own, a testament to nature's efficiency in preparing them for the challenges ahead. While many egg-laying snakes simply deposit their eggs and depart, some species exhibit remarkable forms of parental care. The Indian python provides a truly stunning example of such maternal devotion. After laying her substantial clutch of eggs, often in a sheltered burrow or a hollow log, the female python does not abandon them to fate. Instead, she coils her massive body around them, forming a protective and nurturing embrace. This is not merely for defense against potential predators, although that is certainly a benefit of her presence. There is something more extraordinary happening here. The primary purpose of this coiling behavior is thermoregulation, controlling the temperature of the eggs. Pythons, like all reptiles, are ectothermic, meaning they rely on external sources for heat. However, a brooding female python can raise her body temperature, and consequently the temperature of her eggs, through a fascinating physiological process. She achieves this by rhythmically contracting her muscles, effectively shivering. These muscular spasms generate metabolic heat, warming the eggs and ensuring they develop at an optimal rate, even if the ambient temperature fluctuates or drops. This is a significant energy expenditure for the mother. During this entire incubation period, which can last for 2 to 3 months, the female python will rarely, if ever, leave her eggs. She will not hunt or feed, dedicating all her energy reserves to the task of keeping her precious clutch warm and safe. This dedication is a powerful display of parental investment in the reptile world. She diligently guards against any creature that might pose a threat, using her size and strength to deter intruders. Her constant presence significantly increases the chances of her offspring successfully hatching, a vital contribution to the survival of her lineage in the wild. Once the young pythons are ready to hatch, they use their egg teeth to slice through the leathery shells. The mother's role then typically concludes. The newly hatched pythons are independent from birth, equipped with the instincts to find their first meal and navigate their surroundings. The enormous effort expended by the mother python in incubating her eggs highlights that parental care in snakes, though not universal, can be incredibly sophisticated and crucial for reproductive success. It challenges the common perception of snakes as cold, unfeeling creatures, revealing a deeper, more complex maternal instinct. Section 5. The Viviparous Path, Birth of Active Young. Shifting our focus from eggs laid in nests, we now explore the world of viviparous snakes, those that give birth to live young. This reproductive strategy is found in a significant minority of snake species, often those inhabiting cooler climates or aquatic environments where laying eggs might be less advantageous. Instead of depositing shelled eggs, the female retains the developing embryos within her body throughout their gestation period. This internal development provides a controlled and protected environment, shielding the young from external threats and temperature fluctuations that could endanger externally laid eggs. Within the mother's body, the developing snakelets receive nourishment, but the exact mechanisms can vary. Some viviparous snakes exhibit simple ovoviviparity, where the eggs, complete with yolks, are retained, and the embryos draw sustenance primarily from their individual yolk sacs. There is little to no direct placental connection for nutrient transfer from the mother beyond gas exchange and water. In other, more complex forms of viviparity, a more sophisticated placenta-like structure may develop, allowing for a more direct exchange of nutrients and waste products between the mother and her developing offspring, akin to mammalian pregnancies. Species like the common European adder, found across much of Europe and Asia, including northerly regions, are a classic example of viviparous snakes. Giving birth to live young is a distinct advantage in its cooler habitat, where the ground might not be warm enough for eggs to incubate successfully. The mother can bask in the sun, warming her body and by extension the developing embryos within. This direct maternal thermoregulation ensures the young develop properly, even when ambient temperatures are low. Other well-known live bearers include many boas, garter snakes, and most sea snakes. When the gestation period is complete, the female snake gives birth to fully formed, miniature versions of herself. These newborns are typically encased in a thin, transparent membrane, which they break free from shortly after birth. From the moment they emerge, these young snakes are independent and active, ready to hunt for small prey and evade predators. They are equipped with venom if they are a venomous species, and all the necessary instincts for survival. Viviparity, therefore, represents an effective evolutionary adaptation, ensuring offspring are born at a more advanced stage of development, potentially increasing their immediate chances of survival. Section 6. Giants of the water, the anaconda's live brood. Among the most impressive examples of viviparous reproduction in snakes is that of the mighty anaconda. The green anaconda, one of the largest snakes in the world by weight, inhabits the swamps and slow-moving rivers of South America. These aquatic giants are formidable predators, and their reproductive strategy is perfectly suited to their watery domain. After a lengthy gestation period, which can last for around 6 to 7 months, the female anaconda gives birth to a substantial brood of live young. Laying eggs in such a wet environment would present significant challenges for incubation and protection. A single female anaconda can give birth to a remarkable number of offspring, typically ranging from 20 to 40 young, although litters of up to 100 have been recorded in exceptionally large individuals. Each newborn anaconda is already quite large, often measuring around 2 to 3 feet in length. They are born encased in a thin sac which they quickly break out of, ready to swim and fend for themselves. Imagine the sight, a colossal mother snake delivering dozens of these already sizable young into the murky waters. A sudden explosion of new life in the Amazonian ecosystem. The process of giving birth is an arduous one for the female anaconda. She will often seek a secluded shallow spot to deliver her young. During this vulnerable time, she relies on her immense size and camouflage to avoid disturbance. The newborn anacondas are immediately independent. They receive no further parental care and must rely on their innate hunting instincts to find their first meals, which typically consist of small fish, frogs, or caiman hatchlings. Life is perilous for these young giants. Many will fall prey to larger fish, caimans, or wading birds before they reach maturity and the safety of their own formidable size. The viviparous strategy of the anaconda ensures that her offspring are born well-developed and mobile, capable of navigating their aquatic environment from their very first moments. This is a crucial advantage in a habitat teeming with both predators and potential prey. By retaining the embryos within her body, the mother anaconda provides them with a stable, protected environment for development, bypassing the risks associated with egg-laying in a flood-prone, predator-rich swamp. It is a powerful demonstration of how reproductive methods are finely tuned to the specific demands of an animal's lifestyle and surroundings, ensuring the continuation of these magnificent reptiles. Section 7. Beyond Birth, Whispers of Parental Care. The notion of parental care among snakes often surprises people, as these reptiles are generally perceived as solitary and self-sufficient from birth or hatching. While it is true that prolonged parental care, like that seen in birds or mammals, is rare, it's not entirely absent from the serpentine world. We have already seen the remarkable dedication of the female Indian python, coiling around her eggs to provide warmth and protection. This maternal incubation is a significant investment, showcasing a level of care that goes far beyond simply laying eggs and abandoning them to their fate in the wild. Other oviparous species also exhibit forms of nest attendance. For example, some king cobra females will construct a nest for their eggs, gathering leaves and debris into a mound. She will then remain with her eggs, guarding them fiercely against any potential threat until they hatch. This protective behavior is crucial, as king cobra eggs would be vulnerable to a variety of predators. The female's presence acts as a powerful deterrent. This vigilance, however, typically ends once the hatchlings emerge, as they are venomous and independent from that point onwards, sometimes even posing a risk to each other. Even among viviparous species, where young are born live and seemingly ready to go, subtle forms of association might occur, though these are less well documented and understood as true care. In some garter snake populations, for instance, newborns might remain near their mother for a short period after birth. Whether this provides any tangible benefit in terms of protection or learning is still a subject of research. It could simply be a consequence of being born in the same sheltered location rather than active parental nurture. The line between aggregation and deliberate care can be quite fine. It is important to remember that what constitutes care can vary greatly. For snakes, even selecting a highly optimal nesting site, ensuring good temperature and humidity, could be considered a form of parental investment, albeit a passive one after the act of laying. The energy a female invests in producing large, healthy eggs or nourishing developing young within her body is itself a massive parental contribution. While snakes may not tuck their young into bed, their reproductive strategies, including these varied forms of protection and provision, are all designed to maximize the chances of their offspring surviving to adulthood. Section 8. Evolution's choice, adapting to the environment. The decision between laying eggs and giving birth to live young is not a conscious choice made by an individual snake. Rather, it is a deeply ingrained evolutionary adaptation shaped by environmental pressures over millions of years. The prevalence of oviparous reproduction in warmer, more stable climates is no coincidence. In such environments, the ground or nesting materials can provide consistent warmth necessary for egg incubation. This frees the mother from the energetic burden of carrying developing embryos for an extended period, allowing her to potentially reproduce more frequently or invest energy in other survival activities like hunting. Conversely, viviparity offers significant advantages in colder regions or unpredictable environments. If a snake lives in a high-altitude area or a temperate zone with short summers, laying eggs on the ground might mean they never get warm enough to develop. By retaining the eggs internally, the mother can actively thermoregulate. She can bask in the sun, absorbing heat and transferring it to her developing offspring, ensuring they reach full term. This ability to control the incubation temperature is a powerful adaptation, allowing viviparous snakes to colonize habitats that would be inhospitable for egg layers. Sea snakes, for instance, are almost exclusively viviparous, as laying eggs in the open ocean presents insurmountable challenges. The transition from oviparity to viviparity is thought to have occurred multiple times independently in different snake lineages. This evolutionary shift likely began with females retaining their eggs for progressively longer periods before laying them. Over time, this retention period extended through the entire developmental phase, leading to live birth. This gradual process highlights how natural selection can favor traits that enhance reproductive success in specific ecological niches. The availability of suitable nesting sites, predation pressure on eggs, and the length of the active season all play roles in determining which reproductive mode is more advantageous. Ultimately, both strategies are successful, as evidenced by the rich diversity of snakes found across the globe. There is no single better method. Each is a finely tuned solution to a particular set of environmental challenges. Oviparity allows for large clutch sizes and less maternal burden post-laying in suitable climates, while viviparity provides enhanced protection and thermal control for developing young in harsher conditions. The reproductive method a snake species employs is a fundamental aspect of its biology, reflecting its evolutionary history and its intricate relationship with the world it inhabits, a testament to nature's endless capacity for adaptation. Section 9. Conclusion: the enduring cycle of snake life. The reproductive strategies of snakes, whether through the careful placement of leathery eggs or the remarkable birth of live, wriggling young, are a profound illustration of life's tenacity. We have seen how the Indian python dedicates herself to warming her precious clutch, and how the anaconda brings forth a multitude of already formidable offspring into their watery world. These diverse methods are not mere curiosities, they are essential adaptations that have allowed snakes to thrive in nearly every conceivable habitat on Earth, from scorching deserts to cool mountain slopes and the vastness of the oceans. The choice between oviparity and viviparity, shaped by millennia of evolutionary pressures, reflects a delicate balance between energy investment, environmental conditions, and the survival prospects of the next generation. In warmer, stable climates, laying eggs can be an efficient way to produce many offspring. In colder or more unpredictable environments, retaining the young within the mother's body offers crucial protection and thermal stability, ensuring their development. Each strategy comes with its own set of benefits and trade-offs, perfectly tailored to the species' ecological niche and lifestyle, ensuring the continuation of their unique genetic heritage. Furthermore, the glimpses of parental care, from nest construction and guarding by the king cobra to the maternal incubation by pythons, challenge simplistic views of these reptiles. While not as extensive as in some other animal groups, these behaviors represent significant investments by the parent, dramatically increasing the chances of offspring survival. They underscore the complex social and instinctual lives that snakes can lead, particularly when it comes to the fundamental drive to reproduce and ensure the success of their descendants in a world full of dangers and opportunities. Understanding the secret life of snake reproduction does more than just satisfy our curiosity. It deepens our appreciation for the incredible biodiversity of our planet. It reminds us that every creature, no matter how different from us, has evolved sophisticated solutions to the universal challenges of life. The enduring cycle of birth, survival, and reproduction in the serpentine world is a testament to the power of natural selection and the intricate beauty of the natural world. These remarkable reptiles, with their varied and fascinating ways of bringing forth new life, continue to play their vital roles in ecosystems worldwide, a slithering, scaly legacy of survival.